was the summer of 2016, and my family was coming back from a road trip to Maine. And everybody started talking about this thing called Pokemon Go. Now, up until this point, no one in my family, or that I really knew of, like close to me, knew anything about Pokemon. Never watched the anime, never collected the cards, and never really had friends who were like super into the games. But that summer and later that Christmas, like everything changed. So Christmas of 2016, so several months after Pokemon Go came out, I was given my very first mainline Pokemon game to play. This was Pokémon Alpha Sapphire for the 3DS. Now, my brothers and I all got a copy. With them receiving, they both got Omega Ruby, I got Alpha Sapphire. And we actually got 3DS XLs for Christmas. We all had DSIs before this. Now, I actually remember seeing my older brother buy a 3DS XL at like Black Friday. And so my little brother and me had to wait until Christmas to get our 3DS XL. So I had started to gain an appreciation for Pokemon earlier that year, but nothing would prepare me for the impact that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were going to have on me. That was 2016. Fast forward to today, nearly 8 years after my initial introduction to the Pokemon universe. I still continue to enjoy Pokemon basically like on a regular basis. Like, I play Pokemon Go quite often. There's the new Pokemon TCG Pocket I play a lot. I'll play the mainline games. So yeah, like I consume a lot of Pokemon nowadays, and I have a lot of Pokemon stories that I could tell, and I will in future videos. But in today's video, right, I want to celebrate the 29th anniversary of Pokemon. So 29 years ago today, and the first games came out. And so today is Pokemon Day. I'm actually recording this section on Pokemon Day. So this morning I watched the Pokemon Presents. I saw all of the new announcements. I saw the announcements for Pokemon ZA. That looks really cool. I'm really excited for that. I'm celebrating the 29th anniversary today, and what better way for me personally to do that than to go back to Alpha Sapphire and to fish for some shiny Pokemon. If you're unfamiliar with what shiny Pokemon are, they are an alternate form that has a different color than the original Pokemon. Now, every Pokemon technically has a shiny variant, but depending on the game and the circumstances, you may not always be able to find the shiny for that Pokemon. For example, nowadays there's lots of legendaries and mythical Pokemon, which are shiny locked, and you can only get them from certain events. But we're not talking about those Pokemon today. Now, there are several ways that you can hunt for shiny Pokemon, and as the generations have gone by, as the game has developed, there have been more ways for us players to hunt these shiny Pokemon. Some of them can take longer than others, and that's mainly due to what we call the shiny odds. Now, in Generation 6, that marked the start of the full odds for finding a shiny Pokemon. They went down from 1 in 8,192. It got cut in half, and the odds were now 1 in 4096. Those are the odds of finding a full odds shiny Pokemon in Generation 6 and on. Before that, in the first generations, so before Generation 6, the odds were 1 in 8,192. Now, this is the base odd. Nowadays, there are ways to increase those odds and increase the chance of finding a shiny Pokemon. So in this generation, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, there are several methods which will increase your chances to find a shiny Pokemon. And the method that I'm going to be talking about today is chain fishing. Chain fishing is like real life fishing, but it's more predictable and a lot faster to catch a fish. Now, chain fishing is a method that is carried over from X and Y, the previous generation, which employs the strategy of sitting in one spot without moving while consecutively hooking into Pokemon while you're fishing. This method only works in certain spots and requires specific types of Pokemon to be at the front of your party. Now, introducing Oof. structure. This could be, like in the game, it could be like, it's mainly the rocks in game, or like a dock. Now, I find this awesome that this method works around structure, because in real life, if you know anything about fishing, fish love structure, okay? They like to hang out around anything they can find, whether it be rocks or trees or docks, because this provides them a shelter and a place to ambush their potential prey. So after doing some research for fishing spots on Cerebi.net, which is awesome, and considering different types of fish to target, which is like, if we think about it like real life, it's like the real life equivalent of using Google Maps and then like looking up the body of water and seeing what you can catch, right? But this is like Pokemon terms. So after doing that quick research, I chose to fish for the Pokemon Remoraid. You may be wondering, why Remoraid? Because upon first glance, Remoraid may seem like any other fish just kind of existing underwater. But Remoraid is actually badass, okay? Remoraid is literally referred to as the sniper of the seas. Remoraid can shoot concentrated water blasts at flying Pokemon from over 300 feet away with superb accuracy. This is canon information. This is from Pokedex entries and from Pokemon sites, okay? Not only is he a sharpshooter, he can also shoot water out of his mouth while he's underwater, like while swimming, to propel itself away from predators. Okay, so he can shoot the water, right? That's one really cool adaptation, but there's more, okay? Remoraid can also use its dorsal fin as a suction pad, and it can attach itself to Pokemon, like Mantine. This allows the Remoraid to scavenge for food, while also providing support to the Mantine during potential battles. And I discovered it's actually required for whenever you're trying to evolve Mantike into Mantine. It is required to have a Remoraid in your party, so it's kind of like a biotic relationship where both organisms are benefiting. We call this mutualism. This is so cool, right? But that's not all. Remoraid evolves into Octillery. Octillery is a red cephalopod, okay? And they build upon the suction cup adaptations from Remoraid, and they have Octillery, which uses its tentacles to latch onto prey, so very similar to actual, like, octopus. Now, it is said for that a very long time in the Pokemon universe, many people, they refuse to believe that Remoraid evolved into Octillery, and that's mainly due to their vast anatomical differences, right? Like, their colors are different, right? But no, Remoraid evolves into Octillery. And it's actually cool to think about, they both kind of have this military type theme about them. Like, Remoraid is a sniper of the seas, and then Octillery is like artillery. Like, he's like this big Pokemon, and he has this big mouth, and he like shoots stuff. So, I think that makes them even cooler water type Pokemon. Now, I mentioned earlier, there are two abilities, Suction Cups and Sticky Hold. Swalot has Sticky Hold, and Octillery can actually have the ability Suction Cups. So, when I first was considering the water type to target while fishing, I wanted to go for Remoraid because I thought in the future it would be cool to have an Octillery that is also shiny, which has the ability Suction Cups. And so, going into this hunt, that was like the main reason, right? I didn't figure out all this cool Sniper of the Seas backstory stuff until after the fact, okay? So I was like, this is so cool, right? Now, I knew the Pokemon that I wanted to hunt for, that I wanted to fish for, and you also kind of have to figure out the fishing spot, because you can look up fishing like spots and routes online, and you can figure out what Pokemon you're going to encounter. And so I was looking for a high percentage fish, and I found that there is a spot located right next to the entrance pier on the Battle Resort Island. Now, in order to get to this island, you need to have completed the Delta episode of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which you will then receive the SS ticket. This SS ticket you will use to board the SS title, and you will you have to actually like complete the game and complete the Delta episode, which is like all the Rayquaza, Deoxys stuff. So yeah, I had my spot. Now, this spot, okay, when you're using a super rod, okay, there are 3 rods you can use. Okay, I have the super rod currently. When you are using the super rod, you have a 95% chance to encounter a Remoraid on your cast. That is awesome, right? Now the other 5%, this is where it gets better. The other 5% is Octillery. So, at this specific fishing spot, right, I am going to get my target, right? I'm going for Remoraid, but if I stumble upon that 5% Octillery, I'm okay with that too, right? And so, once I figured this out, right, I had Swallow at the front of my party. I knew the spot that I wanted to chain fish at, right? All that was left for me to do was to start casting. It is called chain fishing because you have to maintain a chain of catching fish. If you break the chain, then your odds will go down. And how the chain fishing mechanics work. So, the base odds are 1 in 4,096. I mentioned that earlier. With chain fishing, you can increase your odds like 1 catch at a time until you get to a catch chain of 20. So, once you have encountered 20 Pokemon in a row, like in that same spot, right, you cannot move from your spot. Once you've encountered 20 Pokemon in a row, you can either run away from them, you can catch them, you can feint them, you can do whatever, right? You just cannot move. Once you've done that 20 times, then your stats, your shiny odds, go from 1 in 4096. They go all the way to roughly 1 out of 100 or 1%. So, once you hit the chain of 20 Pokemon encounters while chain fishing, your odds are essentially 1% of finding a shiny Pokemon. Let's get into me hunting and we'll see what happens with Remoraid.
Oh my god.
So, I literally, like, just got back. I've been doing this in, like, pieces because, like, my phone battery's been low and stuff. But anyway, so, that was after, so I've broken the chain a few times, but this one was only 22 in, so I did get to the 20 mark, so I got to the 1%. If I'm cutting, it's because I accidentally keep making really loud noises, but, so this was definitely still under odds. I've hit the 20 chain a couple, like, several times. I've broken it around, like, 30, 40, 50, but, yeah, shiny Remoraid, oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting to get it that quickly, but he looks really cool. My plan for catching him, so he's only level 35. I'm just gonna chuck dive balls at him because he's a water type. So let me see if I can catch the Remoraid. Oh, let's see. Use a dive ball. That looks really cool. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Awesome shiny Remoraid. In honor of Pokemon Day. Oh my god. Yes, the Pokedex. Registration complete. Oh yeah. Let me take a photo of that. Remoraid sucks in water, then expels it at a high velocity, using its abdominal muscles to shoot down flying prey. When evolution draws near, this Pokemon travels downstream from rivers. Okay, that is so cool. I've never actually read its Pokedex exactly do that, but I've seen that there are fish that will actually do that. They'll shoot water, like at targets above the water, like flies and stuff. So that's really cool. And yeah, it travels downstream from rivers. That's so cool. He's 2 feet tall. That's a pretty big fish. 26.5 pounds. Oh my god. I don't think I've caught a fish that big before. Well, yes, I have. A red drum. I've got a red drum that was like definitely like close to that, but there's no way that fish does not look very big. I mean, I guess if it's like, it says it's 2 feet tall, that's kind of crazy, but 164 encounters. So, probably almost all of those were doing this. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, enough with that. Let me... I was trying to... Oh wait, I got totally distracted. Yeah, 29th anniversary. Awesome. So, Shiny Remoraid. In honor of the 29th anniversary. What should I name him? Oh my gosh. I think I'm, depending on his ability, I'm gonna evolve him to an Octillery, so... Remoraid, let me just name him. I'm gonna give him the scientific name for largemouth bass. Just because I remember it off the top of my head. Micropterus. This isn't the full scientific name, but this is part of it. Micropterus. Wow, it just barely fits. Okay. Nice. He looks so cool. Let's check out his ability first before I move on to anything else. So yeah, that was like chain 22. I'm fishing right here by the battle resort. Let's check. Oh, I need to go. I need to go to the Pokemon Center. There he is. He's got hustle. His nature is serious. I forgot the nature. Guess him. Oh wow. My party's full. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm all over the place right now. I didn't think I was gonna get him this quickly. So this is awesome. It's so fitting too. It's literally 12. Look, it's 12:15 on the 27th, so this is like on Pokemon Day, so that's so funny. I'll throw him into battle. We'll see the sparkle again. Alright, so I'm back at the spot. Let me throw my rod out again, and we'll get an encounter and show off the shiny Remoraid. Alright, so there's a normal Remoraid. And here's the shiny Remoraid. Micropterus. Yeah, that's a weird word. Oh, he looks pretty cool. Let me see if I can run away. No. Not the ice beam. Alright, so Micropterus, the Remoraid, is almost ready to evolve. I think just one more battle here, and he should have enough XP. Definitely gonna be sad to see the Remoraid shiny go away, but I think Octillery is still pretty cool. Grew to level 36. Nice. It's time. He's evolving. Yes. Let's evolve. They grow up so fast. Shiny Octillery. So we have